first. No, we won't know until a couple days before when they draw the entries. Well, the shorter people, yeah, the littler jockeys have bigger saddles that underneath. I do have a size smaller saddle, and there are little pockets to put lead in, because like in the Kentucky Derby, everybody carries 126 pounds, but the rest of the time, whenever they're racing, the horses are carrying like 114. So the jockey has to be able to lighten up to do 114. So that's 12 pounds of lead he's going to need to do the 26. Now that looks good. That does look short for you.
Yeah, I'm okay if I sit back here. I just don't want to get up where I belong.
Well, you post like that for a while, then it'll feel...
Okay.
And it's harder when, it is harder when they're not pulling you. When they're going slower, it is harder to stand up and keep your balance.
Yeah, as long as he keeps going.
Yep.
You can't really squeeze your legs much.
You can kind of kick with your heels. You can sharp them up.
So you wonder what, it's like, okay, if the horses are ridden like this, very little leg and perfect balance, and hands always in the same place, when we get them off the track, maybe being tactical is a good thing, right? Because they haven't been pushed around by the rider. Because you can't swim up here. This is sort of a little passenger. So when we wrap our big old legs around the dressage saddle and sit, they get confused. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So, but actually, just from that,
His face is
red
red.
here is burning.
His face is red.
And I ride like 6 horses a day, and it's burning. So, yeah, I mean, it really, I've been told by people when we got horses off the track, a little sometimes about what they were like at the track, and it doesn't always apply. I got one from Joanne Hughes, you know her?
Yeah.
And the horse just moved like hell at the track, and I went to the farm to try it, took it out in the middle of an open field, and rode it, and it was great. She came back and said, I didn't think you were going to come back. She probably should have told me before, but his behavior was completely different.
I think ignorance is bliss. Sometimes, somebody tells you something about a horse, they say, well, he usually bucks here, and if you go out there thinking, oh, he usually bucks here, he's going to buck there. But if you don't know that, you're just going to walk by there like it's nothing, and they might not do it because you're not anticipating it.
And this horse actually was from Dunham, who's a trainer in New Jersey, and his brother is John from Great Britain, and that's how we got out of the horse. And he said the horse pulled like hell on the track. And but you can kind of see it as a balance issue because he's learned how to canter around these little turns, very light and broad. Sometimes he still pulls. I mean, his mouth is a little tough when he's tough, but you put it, you put your leg on in the right place where he's learned about all of that, and he balances his body and he doesn't pull. So, I mean, obviously we have to teach him some new stuff, right? It's great that you get a horse for free or for $1,000 or sometimes a little more, and it's been ridden every day by a professional, very tactically like that, and handled by professionals who are very, very good horse people. So you got all that training, but there's other stuff that you've got to teach them, like, for instance, what this leg means. And I'm right now sort of tapping it with my inside leg. He kind of knows what it means, but this horse is a little, he doesn't like to be touched. If anybody tried to pat him in the skull down there, he kicked at them or tried to bite them. He's not a real sort of cuddly type of horse. So sometimes you put your leg on him and he does the same thing. And there could be reasons for that, physical reasons for that. You can tell us why? Go ahead. Oh, the bucket. Going forward.
Kick him.
Yeah, sure.
Kick him. Jerk him, get him kind of
down. I think it's a little bit, okay, if you're on a horse exercise with the track, what's your reaction to the bucket?
I yell no at him. And try to change your attention, and I will I think my right hand comes up, and I kick them all kind of the same time, just keep them, just change their mind. Don't let them get their head down too low, but keep them going forward.
Yeah, it's hard for them to buck when they're going more forward. It's hard for them to rear when they're going more forward. So you try to keep them from going forward, but the situation varies by horse a lot too. You know, some horses, you know, they're just sort of frozen up, and you kind of do these to take them at times, and they regain their confidence to go forward again. But
yeah, one thing I see a lot of, I've done show horses and class hunting too, and I'll see a lot of people make the mistake that they're on a thoroughbred or on a kind of horse that has just kind of lost it and they're frozen. And you know when a horse is frozen, they're just not moving. And they start to lean back a little bit, resist, get off. Just jump off, step off, slide off, whatever. And all of a sudden they'll click it, they'll come out of it. And you step, you know, first you try to step to the left and step to the right. If that's not working, then just get off and get back on. It's walk in a circle or something and let it get over whatever it was that they just, their brains kind of lock for a second and you can just change something.
But if you're totally intimidated by it, and if that's your number, you know,
yeah.
The best thing to do is to get somebody else who's not and who's willing to ride a buck or ride a rear or whatever it is, and ride through it enough times and have you watch it, and sort of, so then you can see how the horse really does react if you reach back and smack it to the forward or you kick it, because they can train you real quick. Just say, yeah, next time you know they don't go forward. But so this process of taking them from being a leaner, like a horse who leans into the bit when it's working, the racehorse, to being what we want to feel when we ride. Different people have different theories, but coming from more of a dressage and an ending background, what I find works and what I see working all over the place is that basically basic dressage, but there's a slight change in that a young horse when he started goes like this ring because it needs its neck and it needs to find its balance on its back and it needs that freedom to figure it out. And a young horse when you first get on normally doesn't really want to go forward. Usually, you know, in thoroughbred, you have to make it go. And so in like the dressage training scale, it starts out with relaxation and rhythm in the gaits, and the contact and submission doesn't come until later on the scale. Then you have collection, all those stuff, strains. But the horses on the track are so used to putting weight to the bridle when you go that it's very hard to get relaxation and rhythm, the first two parts, without any contact and without any submission to the bit. So, because they've already been pulling on a bit for however many years. So what I find is that you really do, at a certain point, need to close the front door on them. Just like the side doors they have to learn to accept, which are your legs. So that they're kind of in a box. And horses accept the boundaries pretty darn well. They accept stalls. And horse trailer stalls. You know, okay, it's there, it's through. And then the next thing you know, they're like really relaxed about it. They have to accept the bit that way. And usually it's not as hard as you think. Because you see them trot around the track, you know, with their neck arched and accepting the bit. It's just a big pull hard. So, fairly early on in the training, the first week or so, kind of get on it and feel them out and feel what their issues are. But I actually asked them to accept the bit. So accept my hand being set, like for exercise riders, hand set. And not just let go just because they pull on it. Just leave it there. And it's soft like it's soft like your hand in the horse's neck. So it's not totally rigid. And you don't lie to them to make, make them scared, like pull back and let it go, pull back and let it go. They want to trust that that piece of metal on the bars of their mouth is going to move so that they can relax. You have that there, you don't want it to move either. So with the horses off the track, it's really, you got to get through that. Some of them, fight. Some of them don't want to go forward, and you've got to kind of play with it and get them to go forward into the bridle without necessarily letting go. And it's all about the rider's experience and the rider's balance. But once you've done that, which, in the case if you're experienced, it might take 5-10 minutes. It might take a whole lot longer if you're not. Then the horse naturally shifts his balance back just a little bit. And then, if the horse really, after a number of weeks, maybe it's months, depending on the horse, it becomes consistent that they accept that frame, and they start to accept your legs. And then it's like you take a big deep breath, and you can start the dressage training scale, which is relaxation and rhythm. But until you close the front door on it, sometimes you can't get the rhythm the rhythm that kind of hypnotizes them and makes them trainable. And some of them get it in the canter more easily than the trot. Some of them have these beautiful canters, and you just balance there, and you all come together like they're a perfect side horse. And others, it's better to trot, some it's better to walk, you know, play with all of that. But